smoke. Hey guys, look how I rose up from the dust. Phoenix and exile look below. Came a long way, I ain't done, no. Yeah. Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Isaac, and today we are going to be covering Apex Legends. In this series especially, we're going to be going over certain aspects of the Legends and how to become more effective in playing them. And our first episode today is going to be Bangalore. Now, the way this is going to work, I'm just going to show you some videos and kind of follow along. I'm going to go over some tips and how to play her better, and maybe some of these tips you guys won't know. Tip number 1. She uses lateral, alt, and smokes. So whenever you throw them, they don't go horizontal, they go left and right. So that's why you want to keep in mind when you're using them. They're not going to be as effective if you're running straight forward rather than you're moving left and right, because that's what the area it covers. Tip number 2, depending on the situation, it may be best to smoke in front of you and then turn 90 degrees and shoot another smoke in front of you. So that way you get the most out of the lateral way the smokes pop out. You want to travel on the edge of the smoke, not outside of it, not in the middle, but on the edge. Because in this video, as you see, I demonstrate how if you're staying in the middle of the smoke, the enemy can still see you. But if you're on the outer edge, they cannot see you. Tip number 3, throw your ult and then throw your smokes, because the ult takes longer to engage. So what you want to do is throw your ult in front of you decently far and pop smokes where the ult is, so by the time you get there, it gets set off on the enemy and you're already through, so it slows them down and it'll do damage, etc. Tip number 4. The missiles for her ultimate land in front of the flare, so instead of them landing around it, kind of like a Gibraltar does, you want to throw it between you and the area you want to bombard. Tip number 5. Smokes are effective inside buildings only if you want to escape or get a quick heal. In the open, you can kind of see your surroundings, so that's why if you notice you pop a smoke and you run through it and then you still get shot, even if they don't have like a digi threat or something, it's because for some reason the lighting, you can see through the smoke a lot more than when you're in a building and you pop a smoke. So that's why when you're in a building, it's best to pop smokes, and then you can heal or you can run away, because if you realize enemies pop smokes or you pop smoke in a building, it's really hard to see. So keep that in mind when you're low on health or you're trying to get out of the building. Tip number 6, you can use your smokes to bamboozle your location of where you might want to draw a team out. So let's say there's a team fighting and you pop a smoke like way to the right side of somebody, maybe on some loot boxes, for example, and the team might bite the bait, get rid of their positioning and go toward where the smoke is, and that's when you can catch them off guard and start firing at them. Tip number 7, you can shoot smokes into a building, throw nades, then push it. It's hard for them to see where the exits are if the smoke is popped. So like I was saying earlier, if you shoot smokes in the building, it's really hard to gauge where you're at and where the doorways are at for an escape. So that's important. When you throw smoke in there, throw some nades in there, they can't really see where they're going. It gives you the advantage, and then you can hopefully knock some people with grenades and then push in. Tip number 8, if you pop your smoke, you can fake a player out by popping another smoke in an opposite direction of where you're going. So similar to like the bamboozle. So let's say you're being pushed, you pop a smoke on you or in front of you, and then you pop a smoke to the right. He's going to think, once he sees that second one, that's the direction where you're going to go, but you're actually going to go in the opposite direction. You catch him off guard a little bit for an escape route. Tip number 9, this for her passive. It can be really good for engaging enemies in ADS. So as you know, her passive, whenever shots are being fired at her, she gets like a 2-second speed increase. So it's good for like SMGs being up close. It can be used for escape, but it gets activated more close up because the enemy will constantly be shooting at you. So I wouldn't use it too much for escaping. I use it a lot for engaging enemies, because you can aim down sight and stride left and right really fast. Tip number 10, she works really good with caustic, Bloodhound, and crypto. Caustic can see through his gas and the smoke, so when they're in the same area, enemy is totally blind from the gas and the smoke. So caustic can see through both of those, and they can't do anything about it because they can't see, unless they have a Bloodhound, of course, or a crypto with his drone. Bloodhound works good with him. I haven't seen too many people working a good
mesh with Bloodhound and a Bangalore, but the thing that happens is when people use Bloodhound and they pop the smoke, Bloodhound goes into the smoke and everybody just locks onto him because he's glowing in the smoke. So what you want to do is have Bangalore pop the smoke, be outside of the smoke, and then shoot inside because you can see, and then they'll have a harder time locating you and getting you down first as a Bloodhound player. Alright guys, well that was a good look at how to use Bangalore and how to become more effective with her. Episode 1. There will be more, obviously, because they are more legends, so if you want to see what other tips and tricks you can use for the other legends, stay tuned, subscribe, hit that share button, and I will see you next time.